Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel for this week's safety recap. Before we get started, make sure that you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you will find additional videos of this nature, toolbox safety topic videos, and leadership training videos. And if you find this information useful or helpful, make sure you share it with your colleagues and coworkers. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the safety recap. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you who welcomed me onto your job sites this past week. We remain at record levels of busyness. The teams all have good attitudes and the safety culture continues to flourish. Please continue the good work in being the envy of others. Now, there were a few items of safety concern noted, and I will cover them after a few words about personal accountability. And I read this article in mindtools.com, and I'd like to share it with you. And it's called Developing Personal Accountability. Taking responsibility to get ahead. Now, Martha's frustrated. She's trying to solve a problem with a stationary order, but the customer service agent she's talking to isn't helping. It was the dispatch team's fault. I can't do anything about that, he says. Martha asked to be put through to another agent. He handles the situation very differently. I'm sorry to hear about this problem, he says. I'll find out what happened and send the order by express delivery. It will be with you tomorrow. Martha feels less stressed already. The first agent shirked his responsibilities, but the second made himself personally accountable for fixing the problem. He took ownership of the situation, apologized, and found a solution. Honesty is the foundation of personal accountability. In this video, we'll look at what personal accountability means. We'll also explore how you make it one of your core values. What is personal accountability? Management consultant Todd Herman defined personal accountability as being willing to answer for the outcomes resulting from your choices, behaviors, and actions. When you're personally accountable, you take ownership of situations that you're involved in. You see them through. You take responsibility for what happens, good or bad. You don't blame others if things go wrong. Instead, you do your best to make things right. In the workplace, accountability can go beyond your own task. For example, you may be held accountable for actions of your team. The benefits of personal accountability. Sometimes it can be tough to take personal accountability. However, you'll find that it offers many advantages. First, you're likely to have healthier relationships with your friends, family, and colleagues. A 2005 study found that children who were encouraged to take personal responsibility for their actions also had more positive social interactions. Accountability also builds trust within teams and organizations because people know that they can depend on one another. Leaders who are accountable are more likely to be trusted and respected because people know that they will keep their word. Personal accountability can save time and money too. People who take responsibility for their actions speak up and they look for solutions when there's a problem. This not only prevents the situation from getting worse, but it stops cost and delays from escalating. Last, personal accountability can boost your chances of promotion. When you show senior colleagues that you're dependable, you mark yourself out as someone with leadership potential. Well, how do we become more accountable? Personal accountability isn't a trait that people are born with. It's a way of living that you can learn. Use the following strategies to become more accountable. Know your role. It's hard to be personally accountable if you're not clear what you're responsible for. If this is the case for you, ask your boss to provide a job description that sets out your task clearly. If responsibilities are unclear within the team, ask your manager to outline who is responsible for different tasks and to share this information with everyone involved. Be honest. Success in life only comes when you're completely honest with yourself and with others. This means setting aside your pride and admitting when you've made a mistake. So, tune into your gut feelings when things are difficult and learn to ask for help if you're struggling so that you don't let others down. And here's a tip. Honesty is always the best policy, but don't use it to blame others or to make excuses. Instead, focus on your own role in a situation and think about how you can resolve the problem. And then be able to say, "I'm sorry." Accountability doesn't stop with honesty. If something has gone wrong and you are responsible, then you need to apologize. Focus on making amends when you apologize and show what you'll do to make the situation right. This allows everyone involved to move on and helps them to focus on the end goal rather than the problem. Use time wisely. Procrastination is a common way to avoid responsibility as it delays dealing with a problem, meaning that someone else may solve it instead. Your colleagues may feel that they can't rely on you, and this will affect your professional reputation. You can overcome procrastination by identifying why you do it. Is this task dull? Do you lack information or resources? Or is there some other cause? Once you understand why you're putting things off, you can take steps to fix the problem. Next, practice good time management so that you make time for what's important. Don't overcommit. When you take on too much, something will eventually fall through the cracks. That means you've let someone down. So, before you agree to a new task, think carefully about your schedule and whether you'll be able to fulfill the task to the best of your ability. If you're not sure that you can complete it, say yes to the person but no to the task so that you maintain a strong relationship and a good reputation. And then make changes. Accountability can open up powerful learning opportunities. When something hasn't gone to plan, ask for feedback and look for ways to do things differently in the future. Reflect on your actions too. Spend some time at the end of each day running through these simple questions. What could I have done differently today? How can I build this change into my job from now on? In time, you'll build new skills and better ways to deal with difficult situations. Here are the key points. When you're personally accountable, you take ownership of what happens as a result of your choices and actions. You don't blame others or make excuses, and you do what you can to make amends when things go wrong. To be more accountable, make sure that you're clear about what your roles and responsibilities are. Be honest with yourself and others so that you can admit when you're wrong and apologize and move on. Make the most of your time in management carefully so that you don't take on too much. And last, think carefully about situations where you didn't take responsibility but should have. These mistakes and failures can be valuable teaching tools if you have the courage to learn from them. All right, on with the recap. Distractions. Avoid distractions at all times. Concentrate on the task at hand. Now, this includes everything from driving a car or a truck, operating equipment, or just walking from point A to point B on a job site. Avoid distractions. Torching operations. Ensure torch operators have the appropriate PPE, which would include gloves, burn jacket, eye protection and face protection, hearing protection, and respiratory protection as needed. Also, compressed gas cylinders are to be separated, empty from full, and oxidizers separated from fuels. And this separation should be a minimum of 20 feet. Also, the cylinders are to be secured to prevent tipping. Let's talk about eye protection. Plain and simple, eye protection is required on the job site. And then silica dust. We seem to be talking more and more about this lately. When breaking concrete with pneumatic or electric hammers, regardless of the hammer size, water must be applied at the point of impact. All right, boys and girls, that's it for this week's safety recap. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for watching. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you will find additional videos of this nature, toolbox safety topic videos, and leadership training videos. And if you have found this information helpful or useful, make sure that you share it with your colleagues and coworkers. And remember, until we see each other again, take care of yourself because you're number one. Look out for your coworkers and help ensure their safety. Have a grateful day, and remember, I will see you in the field. All right. Yeah, personal accountability is really a great trait to have. If you're accountable and responsible for your actions and behaviors, people respect you. They may not like you, but they'll respect you, and they know that they can count on you, that you'll be honest and do the right thing. That's part of being accountable. Anyway, please remember that you can use these videos as a toolbox safety topic on your job site. Just create a sign-in sheet, reference the video. You can use my videos or somebody else's videos. Have your guys sign it and have a date on it. And that becomes a document that you can show OSHA that you do train your guys on site-specific hazards or additional safety training, hazard mitigation. It's a training. It shows where you go through a training process. If you have a video you'd like to see made to address a specific item on your job site, leave a comment down below here and asking me to do that, and we'll put something together for you. If you have a question, a specific safety question, and you're having trouble finding an answer for it or a solution for it, send me a message down here in the doodly wop or whatever it's called, and I'll get the research done, and if we need to, we'll talk person to person, and we'll get it squared away so that you have an understanding and you've been trained on that type of thing so you can transmit that information to your coworkers. If you watch to the very end, I'll leave some of those Easter eggs I've been leaving in there for a month or two, and you can make a comment on those if you'd like to. But anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Have a grateful day. I'll see you in the field.